What if I told you that a simple act, repeated just 3 times a day, could change your entire life? And it comes directly from the teachings of our faith. An act so simple, yet so powerful. The Mufti Menk reminds us, consistency in dua is the key. When you ask Allah with sincerity and repeat your supplication, your heart connects with the divine, and the impossible begins to feel possible. Cut to a brief clip of Mufti Menk speaking, little voiceover or subtitle. Don't underestimate the power of repetition in dua. It's not about the quantity, but the sincerity and the persistence in your asking. Right now, all around the world, people just like you are turning to Allah with hope. A mother separated from her child prays for their safe return. A family devastated by floods asks for mercy and relief. And in their hearts, they keep repeating the same prayer, 3 times a day, every day. Visual montage, tearful embraces, relief on faces, volunteers helping survivors. These moments remind us that faith is not passive, it is active. It is the daily choice to keep calling, keep trusting, keep believing that whatever you ask for, Allah will give. Stop scrolling for 60 seconds. Your next prayer could be the one that changes everything. Have you ever experienced a dua being answered in a way that amazed you? Share your story in the comments below to inspire others. Before starting this video, don't forget to like this video because it gives us a lot of strength to continue sharing beneficial content. And I invite you to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell to stay informed of our next publications on the Islamic faith. Share it with your loved ones and leave a comment to tell me what you think. Thank you and good video. Step 2. Explaining the concept of say this 3 times a day. You may wonder, why say the same dua 3 times a day? What is so special about repetition? Mufti Menk explains this beautifully. Cut to Mufti Menk's voice, or paraphrased. Repetition in dua is not about mindless saying. It is about deepening your connection. When you repeat a prayer, you remind your heart of your need, your hope, and your reliance on Allah. It helps focus your mind and open your heart. Imagine it like this. Each time you repeat the dua, you build a stronger bridge of faith between your heart and the divine. With every repetition, your sincerity grows, and your trust in Allah's mercy deepens. This is why the Prophet Muhammad taught us to be persistent in our prayers and never to lose hope. Scene shifts to animated text or verses from the Qur'an on screen. This is not new. Even in the Qur'an, repeated supplication shows its power. Take the example of Prophet Zakaria, peace be upon him, who prayed earnestly and persistently for a child. Text on screen, Surah Maryam, 19:311, with narration. He said, "My Lord, do not leave me childless, though you are the best of inheritors." Day after day, he raised his hands and called upon Allah with deep longing and patience. His repeated dua was not just words. It was an act of unwavering hope and trust, which was answered when Allah blessed him with Prophet Yahya, John. Visuals of a serene nature scene symbolizing hope and patience. This teaches us that repetition is the key, not just to be heard by Allah, but to transform our own hearts into vessels of faith, patience, and submission. Consistency is the bridge between asking and receiving. Don't break the chain. If you've made a dua repeatedly for days, weeks, or even years, what kept you going? Tell us your story below to encourage others. Step 3. Real modern story. Number 1. The refugee mother. Meet Amina, a Syrian mother who fled the violence tearing her homeland apart. With nothing but hope and faith, she made a simple promise to herself: to pray the same dua 3 times a day for the safety and future of her children. Day after day, no matter how difficult the circumstances, Amina lifted her hands and called upon Allah with unwavering trust. cut to visuals of her quietly praying beside her children, holding their hands, tears in her eyes. Her dua was for safe passage out of the war zone and for a new life where her children could grow in peace. She did not know how or when it would come, but her faith would not waver. Months passed, and then, unexpectedly, a charity organization working with refugees selected her family for relocation to a safer country, a place where her children could start again. Visuals shift to her family arriving in a new home, smiles replacing worry. This story is a powerful reminder that patience in dua and consistency in faith open doors that seem impossible. Her story echoes the ancient trust of Musa's mother, who in Surah Al-Qasas placed her infant son in the river, praying for his protection. She relied on Allah's mercy repeatedly until her son was safely returned. Visuals. Soft animation of baby Musa in a basket on the river with peaceful light. Just like Musa's mother, Amina's prayers were not in vain. Allah's plan unfolds in ways beyond our sight, but it always answers those who persist. When the world says impossible, Allah writes already done in your qadr. Have you or someone you know experienced relief after a long wait? Share your testimony in the comments below. Your story could bring hope to someone else. Step 4. How the Qur'an guides our dua. The Qur'an is filled with stories that show the incredible power of dua. Heartfelt prayers, repeated in times of hardship and hope. Take the example of Prophet Yunus, peace be upon him, who found himself trapped inside the belly of a great whale. In his darkest moment, he turned to Allah with a simple repeated plea. Text on screen with soft Arabic calligraphy. La ilaha illa anta, subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin. There is no deity except you, exalted are you. Indeed, I have been of the wrongdoers. Surah Al-Anbiya 21:87. He didn't just say it once. He repeated it with sincerity and humility until Allah answered and rescued him. Similarly, Prophet Ayub, peace be upon him, endured years of illness. Yet he never stopped turning to Allah in dua, showing us the power of patience and steadfast faith. Visuals. Gentle, desert imagery, light filtering through clouds, symbolizing hope and healing. And our beloved Prophet Muhammad himself taught us the importance of persistence in our supplications, never to despair, and to keep returning to Allah with humble hearts. The dua you repeat is not for Allah to remember. It is for you to remember who you're speaking to. Which dua from the Qur'an has touched your heart the most? Share it in the comments below. Your reflection may inspire someone else today. Step 5. Real modern story, but the young student. Meet Fatima, a 19-year-old student from Nigeria. Facing the challenge many young people know all too well: how to pay for education when resources are scarce. Every day, Fatima made a simple yet powerful choice: to repeat the same dua 3 times a day, asking Allah to open a way for her tuition. Visuals of her quietly praying with closed eyes, then focusing again on her studies. Months went by without any clear sign, but she held on to her prayer with patience, believing that Allah's timing is perfect. Then, without warning, a scholarship program was announced at her university, and her name was on the list of recipients. Visuals of Fatima receiving the scholarship letter, smiling with tears of joy. Her story reminds us of the story of Maryam, peace be upon her, who received provisions from Allah without knowing how or when, as told in Surah Ali Imran 37. Visual, gentle animation of Maryam under a tree, looking hopeful. Just like Maryam, Fatima's unwavering faith and repeated dua brought blessings beyond what she could imagine. Your dua might not change the world overnight, but it will change your world forever. What's one thing you're making dua for right now? Share it with us. You never know who needs to hear your hope today. Step 6. The science of repetition and faith. Have you ever wondered why repeating something daily, like a habit or a prayer, can change the way you think and feel? Science calls this the power of repetition. Psychological research shows that daily affirmations and consistent reminders help rewire our brains. When we repeat positive thoughts or intentions, we strengthen new neural pathways, making those beliefs more natural and deeply rooted. Visual, simple animated brain lighting up with each repeated action. Islam has understood this for centuries. The principle of dhikr, the remembrance of Allah, encourages us to repeat phrases of praise and supplication daily. Similarly, repeated dua isn't just words. It's a spiritual exercise that nurtures our hearts and keeps our connection with Allah alive and strong. Visual, someone calmly repeating a dua, peaceful expressions on their face. Each time you say your dua, you are planting a seed of faith. And like any seed, faith grows best with care and consistency. Faith grows where consistency lives. Plant your dua daily. How do you keep your daily dua habit alive? Share your tips and inspire others to stay connected. Step 7. Real modern story. Number 3. The disaster survivor. When the ground shook violently beneath his feet, Yusuf found himself trapped under debris, alone, scared, and with no idea if help would come. For 2 long days, with only his faith to hold on to, he repeated the same short dua over and over again, calling out to Allah for rescue. His repeated prayer was not just words. It was a lifeline, a source of hope and strength when everything seemed lost. Then, just when all seemed hopeless, rescuers heard his faint voice and pulled him to safety. Visuals of the rescue team lifting him out, relief washing over his face. Yusuf's survival is a living proof that sometimes one sentence from the heart can shake the heavens. His story mirrors the miraculous rescue of Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, who was thrown into a blazing fire but was saved instantly by Allah's command. Visual, soft animation of flames parting with a protective light, referencing Surah Al-Anbiya 21:69. This shows us that sincere, repeated dua in the face of hardship is a powerful act, one that can turn despair into hope. One sentence from your heart can shake the heavens. In your hardest moment, what dua came to your lips first? Share it below. Your words may comfort someone today. Step 8. Closing and call to action. We've seen today the incredible power of saying a simple dua 3 times a day. It's not just about the words, but the faith, the patience, and the connection with Allah that grows every time you call upon Him. Remember, Allah's mercy is vast and His timing is perfect. Sometimes the answer takes time, but it will come when you remain consistent and sincere. Visual, soft fade-ins of Quranic verses about dua and mercy. From the stories of Prophet Zakaria, Musa's mother, and Maryam, peace be upon them all, to the modern-day miracles of Amina, Fatima, and Yusuf, we see that persistent dua is a bridge from hardship to relief. Now it's your turn. Don't just watch. Start today. 3 times, every day, until your answer comes. If you start today, what will be the first dua you repeat? Share it below. Let's uplift one another with our hopes and prayers.